guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back. If you've not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Today I have an issue that I want to share with you guys. It was sent to me during the time that we were talking about the DNA palaver that happened about a week ago. So this lady is a doctor. She's a medical doctor in Nigeria. She sent me an issue which she wanted to share with us her own personal experience in the workplace in Nigeria. So I'm going to read it out to you guys and then we'll talk about it thereafter. So she said, I've just listened to your video on the lady who had children for her boss. Sexual harassment at the workplace in Nigeria is not an easy thing to deal with, as there is no support and justice for women. I am a victim of this same thing at the workplace. I am a female medical doctor working in one of the teaching hospitals in Port-Harcourt. I'm doing my residency program, which is the training to become a specialist. When I started work, the senior doctors was away in Israel for a subspecialist training that is not available in Nigeria. When he came back, he became friendly with me. I had nothing in mind, especially because he was formerly in the same local government area before the local government was split into two. So she thought they are brothers, in quote. Then there was a conference that was to take place in Kenya, which was sponsored by the state government. He linked me up to the coordinator of the trip without telling me how I am going to pay him back. Only for us to come back from the trip, and he started forcing me that I must have an affair with him. I refused. Then he cooked up a story against me and reported me to the head of the department that I was insulting him. A panel was set. At the panel, I told them everything that happened. The panel was made up of a female doctor, a male doctor. The male doctor did not say anything, but it was the female doctor that carried it on her head and was shouting at me like I am lying. That it is normal at my workplace, so I should stop making noises about it. But bear in mind that he was married when the thing became too much. I sent the message to his wife that he sent to me to please warn her husband to leave me alone. The female doctor in the panel told me I wanted to put fire in another woman's marriage. Another very senior female doctor in the department told me that the man is well known to her. He was defending her. He was defending the man basically that he is a married man and he cannot do such a thing. These people ganged up together and refused posting me for my rotation, and I was unable to go for my specialist exams. So she's saying that this thing is a very massive problem in the workplace in Nigeria, and she was very, very angry. She said, it is very terrible in this zoo called Nigeria because even your fellow women will be of no help. There is always a power play. And she said, please discuss on your channel. So guys, here it is. It's a question of, like we were talking about in that FCMB matter when we were talking about it. I said something in where we were talking about why people didn't think that the chairman had any responsibility or that he needed to resign or the bank needed to do anything about his job, that he didn't do anything wrong, like because they are two consenting adults. Now, I know these cases are not exactly the same. This is not the same thing as the case of Moyo and Nuru Adam. They are two different cases. That was allegedly a consensus or is a relationship that was, both adults consented to, allegedly. But this is a different thing. But it's kind of related in a way that it's talking about how men who are in position of power carrying on in their place of work with women who may be interested or may not be, in this case, interested in having anything to do with them. Now, this is a female doctor in Nigeria. She needed to do this her specialist exam, and for that, she needed to be posted from one department to the other so she can gain the experience to prepare her, for her exams. But because a particular doctor who is in a senior position had his eyes set on her, and because she refused, then it became a problem. I did. Me and this lady emailed back and forth because I wanted to know a little bit about more about her, and I asked her, "I'm sorry, is she married?" She said she's not married. Being unmarried is not a crime, but in a place like Nigeria, you will be treated like you're a criminal because you are a lady of a certain age and you are not married. And people always assume that they know men. Oh, they, in a place of work, they say, "Oh, he's a very respectable man. This man is married. Oh, he goes to church. He's a deacon in the church. He can never do a thing like that." Let me tell you guys, you never know what someone can do. Yeah, it is only the person that knows what they can do. Don't go and vouch for anybody saying they can never do it. There was a video of a man shortly, I think it was a few days ago, someone sent it to me. It was on WhatsApp. He's a commissioner in Imo State. He's they say he's the head of the head of public complaints commission in Imo State. I don't know how many of you saw it. Was an they were basically having, I don't know if I can use the word here, plenty girls. The girls were about 5 or 6 girls, and him. They were just partying, all of them naked, what naked. And the man carried the video and was videoing himself. I'm sure if somebody had come to anybody that knows that man, say, "This man, wants to sleep," we would say, "No, he's a very decent man. He's married. He can never do a thing like that." But only, I don't know if he's the one that shot the video, but he had the video camera in his hand. So if he's the one that recorded it, I don't know, but he made it to the blogs. I can't post it here, sadly, because YouTube will not allow it. And this video, I'm telling you, you need to see it for you to really see what I'm talking about. My point is, you never know what people can do, right? The only thing I saw from this when I was talking to that this female doctor in my exchange with her was that for you to challenge somebody who is harassing you in your place of work sexually, you need to have proof. Remember the incident that happened a few years ago? Was it last year or 2 years ago about the sex for grades that went viral? If the student did not have evidence, then there's no way they will believe. People do not generally believe except they see. They need you to provide the evidence. So I said to her, I said, "Oh, she made a mistake. Let me tell you something. Maybe you can learn from it if you are a female out there and you live in Nigeria and somebody is harassing you and wants to sleep with you. Make sure you get your evidence. Yes, it's either something he's written or texted to you, or he's in a compromising position. Ladies, it's unfortunate that this is happening and there is no support in the workplace for women in Nigeria not to be harassed because of their gender in their place of work by some mumu or guy that is married and feels that every woman that he works with belongs to him. You see, it's happening. It happening quite a lot more frequently than people would know it. A lot of women, when they feel like their job is at risk or something very important to them, in the case of this doctor, her residency program is at risk that she might not be able to make it if she doesn't go out with this guy, they will just agree. And then later, you agree against your wishes, you will be feeling very bad and you cannot tell anybody about it. And these are the things that affect people mentally and emotionally because you feel like you're giving yourself cheaply to somebody that doesn't deserve your body, but you have no choice. Because a workplace needs to have ethics whereby there are things that the organization puts in place to stop people, whether it's men harassing women or women harassing men, for it not to happen. Nobody has the right to take, the power that's been given to them in their workplace based on their position to, use it to intimidate other people and to harass them into sleeping with them. It is morally wrong. It is legally wrong. It is a crime. But when there are no consequences and they set up all these useless panels that never bring out anything, you see what she was saying, that, they didn't believe her. The woman in the panel and apparently she told me later that woman in the panel is also a single woman. She's a female single woman. Was the one that was even telling her that she's trying to break another woman's marriage. So to her, the priority for her is not that the woman is the lady who's complaining. It has a complaint that is valid that needs to be investigated, but she's more worried about that man's wife, how the marriage is going to break if this gets out. What will people say? This is what people always do back home, and it is wrong. It is very, very wrong. I think it's about time that government in Nigeria and private organization needs to put this thing in place. They need to put principle, they need to write this thing in paper. These are the ethics These are our procedures and policies in the workplace. Nobody, no guy should go and be asking, and a person, a woman out, whether she's a secretary, she's a female doctor, a junior doctor, whatever. You have no right to do that. If you ask somebody out and the person say they don't like you, why can't you just let go? Why do you have to, bring it up as something that you are using against the person? Now, see how they are frustrating her? They are stunting her growth professionally now because without doing her residency, then she cannot do the exams. So she's frustrated now, sitting in that place now, doing only one ward or whatever, one department, because they are refusing to post her. What are her options? Maybe you guys can advise her what the options are. What can she do? Those of you who are in the medical professions, who are doctors and live in the diaspora, please advise this lady. What are the options without doing residency? What can she do? Maybe consider relocating abroad. Would that work? Please. She needs our help because they're frustrating her. I don't know how easy it is for her to move from one teaching hospital to another teaching hospital in Nigeria to go and finish her residency, since it's obvious in this place that they've already ganged up against her. Even women, when it comes to things like this, I always find that it's women that are worse. Women are the ones that will tell you that you are lying. Yeah. Men are more likely to believe you when you come to them and tell them, that the R word happened to you. I can't use it. The R word. When something, the R word, if it happens to you in the workplace or any place, it's women, even in the community generally, it's women that will likely say it's a lie. Why are you lying? You are lying against him. I don't know why women are like, why are we like this though? Why? Why do we never support one another? Why is it that we're always jealous of one another? We always want to tear each other apart. Men are more, they uplift each other. They understand the male gender code. Oh dear. Men understand what it means to be a man. A man will meet a man that he's never met before in his life. Before you know, they are bonding and they are helping each other and they are like brothers. But women, we look each other from head to toe first. What are they wearing? Are they carrying designer dresses? Are they wearing makeup? Are they up to my standard? Are they up to my group? We are so petty. It's unbelievable. Well, there's nothing much I can offer in form of advice rather than saying that I think more women need to speak out, but please, before you speak out about things like this happening in your workplace, in a place like Nigeria, make sure you have your evidence. Gather your evidence, your receipt, as they call it on social media. Have your receipt. Make sure that you have him in a compromising position, for instance, because if this woman hadn't come out to speak, let's say they were in a hotel room and he was butt naked in bed, and she starts to shout and she brings out her phone and begins to record him, then yeah, they will believe. Because people will now say, he can't deny it because he's in a hotel room with her. Remember that security guard that woman came out and started shouting that he wanted to sleep with her? He got fired. This is what happens. So ladies, make sure you have your evidence. And if you have any advice for this woman doctor, let's try and help her because I think I can just empathize and put myself in her position, knowing how frustrating it is for you to go to medical school for 7 years or 6 years. I don't know how many years they do medical school. Then it's time for you to do your residency now. And one real Olori Buruku, somebody will come and stand there and frustrate you because they cannot have their way with you. What gives you the right to come and have your way with me? My body does not belong to you. You don't own me as a woman. Just because I'm a woman and because now you are my oga does not mean that you have to have the right to sleep with me or to do with me whatever. I'm not your plaything. I'm not your toy. I'm a human being. I have rights. If I don't own anything, I own my body and I can decide who I want to give it to. And you can't take it by force. It is illegal to do that. So I'm just going to leave it here, guys. Please, let's help this sister with some valid advice. Whatever you know can help her situation. She's a member of this Obodo community. She lives in Nigeria, but she watches me. And let's try and help her. And yeah, I hope things get better for you, sis. Chin up, be strong, keep praying. There is nothing God cannot do. Yeah? What God cannot do does not exist. So I want to encourage you, please. Don't allow that man to break you. That's what they are trying to do. Don't allow them to break you. You've come this far. You are a doctor. You are qualified. So where you are going now, looking back from where you are coming from, you are closer to where you are going than where you are coming from. So you cannot allow this devil of a doctor who is like a boss or who has more power in this hospital in Port-Harcourt, to frustrate you and to make you give up. I'm sure that you keep praying and speaking to God and with the good advice that people are going to give you, that things will change for you. So, guys, I'm just gonna leave it today. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll speak to you in my next one. I love you. Bye bye.